Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with the final update to the Stranger Things WSQK the Squawk van. So, got it all wrapped up, and we'll start with the usual turnaround here. Overall, I think this was a really good kit. Parts fit was generally excellent. I didn't really have any problem with that. Had minimal cleanup, a couple of parting seams like I showed in the review video, a couple of little cleanups on the chrome parts, but barely anything really. Generally, all of the panels work like they're supposed to. I've got them popped for now just because it's a little easier for the video. I'll get to that in a couple minutes. I didn't have any issues with the instructions. That's been a point of contention with some older Revell kits, but not a problem here at all. And generally, I think detail was pretty good on it. Take a look at what we do have for detail. So, first up, got all the stuff in the back, and it looks much better inside the van. I know I had expressed some concerns about how the cabinets looked outside of the van, and I still think it would be nice to be able to have those as separate pieces, but I gotta admit, they look pretty good in there. Got the wood paneling on both sides. I think that turned out okay. I do have the bumper stickers in here as per the instructions. Can't really see them, but that's okay. One thing that was kind of an adventure to get finished is the dish on top. And I ended up going with a combination of some bare metal foil and some chrome paint to get this done. It was not quick work by any stretch of the imagination, but in the end I think it turned out okay. I went with a black support rod instead of the silver. Just wanted to mix it up, not have everything kind of painted the same color up there. Underside is what you all saw. I just added the side pipes to it. But beyond that, I think everything is as you saw it. The front part of the interior all went together nicely, fit the windshield just like I would hope it would. And so overall, I think the kit's a winner. Now, there were a couple of minor issues, so let me just address those real quick. First up, with the rear doors, they close just fine, and this right side opens just fine. Opens all the way as you can see. The left side, not so much. It kind of stops right about there. And I feel like I might be able to force it past that, but I also feel that that might pop the hinges off, and I don't want to mess with that. So that's the side that I made the adjustment so that it fit tighter. I don't know, I may have over tightened it. As far as closing the doors though, just kind of line them up, push, and there's plenty of spring, close nice and tight, and that looks good. And I don't plan on opening and closing the doors a whole lot, so I don't really have a problem with that. Now the side door, that also generally works pretty good. I can slide it back and forth, moves freely, not a problem there. But this bottom corner wants to tuck into the body when I close it. So what I did is, I don't know if you can see the little triangle right there in the bottom. And I just glued that inside the body so that when I close the door now, it won't tuck in the way that it did before. There you go. See, it still wants to pull in a little bit at the bottom, but not too bad. That looks okay. I can live with that. Before, it was in by quite a bit. So, I just added a little gusset there. I don't know if it's something that I misassembled or is inherent to the kit, but just a little bit of a heads up. And now let's talk about the decals. As far as print quality, they're excellent. As far as thickness, also excellent. And I even have to give full credit to the transparency, because if you look, they've got the transparency cut nice and tight to the lettering. So both windshield and back windows, those look really good. Those look just like full-size vinyl stick-ons. But the front fenders, this is all one piece. And you see how this side looks pretty decent, and this side is a slightly different color? That's because this side I had to do some touch-up with paint, because all of this through here I tore while I was trying to get it applied to the truck. Couple of things with it. First, as thin as these decals are, they have an incredibly strong adhesive on them. Like, way stronger than I expected or even needs to be. It's nice, I don't worry about them coming off, but they also very much do not want to be repositioned once they're on the vehicle. So flood the area, make sure you get it as close to where you want it as possible, and then work fast because they are going to stick down. But then the other issue that I ran into is those front decals especially. Let me grab the instruction sheet real quick here. Alright, so taking a look at decal number 1, which, like I said, this whole thing from the front of the truck to the back of the door is one decal, and I thought that was too much. So what I did on the passenger side is I cut it right here at the front of the door seam, and then there's a little bit of clear in here, and I just cut that out as well. And putting it on as 1, 2, and 3 worked a whole lot better on the passenger side than it did here on the driver's side. There were just too many compound curves for it to work with, and even with the decal setting solution, it wasn't going on the way that I wanted to. But as soon as I cut it into 3 separate parts, lining them up was no problem at all. So this side's got a little bit of a dirty fender. Yeah, it's not the worst. I might go back, do a little bit of paint touch-up on it again, see if I can clean it up further, but comparing to this side looks much better. So, beyond that though, the rest of the decals went on generally fine. I did trim between the lines in the back corners here just a little bit. I don't know if it was necessary, but after working with the front, I just wanted to give myself a little extra wiggle room. And, yeah, like I said, that was really the only frustrating part that I had. And if I had done a bit more testing, probably would have been a little bit easier on myself. And that leaves just one last thing before we wrap this up. And that is final comparison shot. So we got the WSQK and the Hawkins Power and Light. Get these moved around just a little bit. And there we go, our 2 Stranger Things G-Series vans. And I think they look pretty good together. So, final thoughts on the Revell WSQK van. Kit quality, I think, is excellent. The functioning doors work B+, A- territory. I had to make a couple of little adjustments. I think I over-adjusted the one rear door, but still, everything generally works the way that it should. Parts quality was excellent. Didn't really have any major cleanup to do on anything. I think overall the detail work was good. Chassis is basic, but looks okay when painted up. I don't mind there being no engine in it. It's a van. Nobody has seen the engine in any of the vans that I've ever built. That's not an issue. The interior, the front part of the interior looks fantastic, and the back part actually looks a lot better than I was expecting once it's all assembled. I stand by my comment that I wish that console was all separate pieces just because that would be really neat. But with everything in place, it still looks pretty good. The decals look really nice. They were not the easiest thing to put on. I wouldn't mind there being a little refinement in that, especially maybe cutting up those front corner decals into a couple of multiple pieces so they lined up a little bit easier. But even those, like I said, print quality and film quality were both excellent. And like I said, very strong adhesive. I'm not worried about those flaking off anytime soon. So overall, I would say Revell has a winner here. Want to say thanks again to Carrera Revell for providing this. And I am going to be starting on a new project next week, so you can check back then. And thanks for watching.